Hello, everyone. My name is Danae Thompson. I am a current graduate student at the University of South Florida in my summer semester. And today I'm going to be talking to you all about visual supports, which is an evidence based practice for students with autism spectrum disorder. I'm going to be telling you about what they are, giving you some examples, and how to use them in a classroom setting. So first, you might ask, what are visual supports? And visual supports are anything that refers to using a picture or other visual item created to communicate with a child who has difficulty understanding or using language. Now, it can be pictures, it can be words, it can be a drawing. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. And visual supports are used for two main purposes, and they are to help a child with autism communicate with others and to help others communicate with a child with autism. Now, those are the two main purposes, and now I'm going to be giving you some examples of some supports that I use in my classroom, some supports that can be used at home, and things like that. So first, I have here the first one that I usually use in the morning with my students, and this is kind of like an apron wraps around my waist, and it's just a visual to see how my students want to be greeted. Because one thing we know, all students with autism are not the same. They are very different, most of them. So this just gives them choices on how they want to be greeted. So some of them with a bow, thumbs up, a wave, dance move, air high five, cheer hands, peace sign, and of course, this was all COVID friendly this past year, obviously with no touching. So this was just a cute idea to greet them in the morning, kind of give them different options. They didn't have to use the same thing every single day. So that is an example of some visual supports we have. Another example I have that is in my classroom is a stop sign. So this stop sign, it kind of gives them perimeters. So this is always on my door. It is also on the bathroom doors, so that I know I have a lot of kids that like to just play in the toilet. So this helps them when they see this stop sign, they know they're not to enter into the bathroom and they're not to leave the classroom. So this helps them a lot with knowing their boundaries. Once they see this, they won't go anywhere else. So this has been really helpful. And like I said, you can post it wherever you don't want your child to go into, and it works. Another one I have is one that helps tell how my kids are feeling. It looks like this, and it says, how do you feel? Angry, frustrated, scared, anxious, sad, disappointed, and calm. So usually if one of my students is stemming or might be having a tantrum, we'll just use this and give it to them and see which one they kind of like point to and how do they feel. It kind of calms them down a little bit so that we know what point we're at with this. And I have something similar to this that might be a little simpler for younger kids, and it is these. So these are individuals, so you can kind of place them and only give them like 2 or 3 options at a time, versus this board that has all of them sitting right in front of them so they don't get confused or flustered because it's too many. So I have mad, sleepy, happy, sad, and then I also have scared. So these work really well, especially when you need to know like what's going on. And because they have the facial expressions, it kind of lets the kid know, all right, well, this is how I'm feeling. This is not how I'm feeling. And it has the word to go with it. So perfect there. And the last one that I have that I will show you guys, they're just some visuals. They can be used throughout the day. They can be used for scheduling, also in a first then board, which I know I don't have right now, but it will have a first sign. So it'll say first, like this one says stand in line, and then we'll play with the ball so that they'll know once they do this, then they can do this. So this can also be used when doing a schedule. So we can say we're going to stand in line and then go to the carpet, or vice versa. So just some fun little visuals. Also, they can be used for rules. Like this one says, do not eat the Play-Doh. So I do have younger kids, so this is a much needed one. So this goes in our little Play-Doh area so they know that this is not supposed to be done. So this works really well. There's also different ones for centers or things they want to do, such as play with cars, go outside, play with toys. And then also it has simple things that they need to do throughout the day, such as dismissal, work, bathroom, and sit in your chair. Sit in your chair. It also has different types of chairs so that they have a choice also. And then the last one is clean up, which this one works very well because obviously you can't just say clean up and then they'll know what to do. So this goes very well. Putting a visual to a word helps them very well. And it works with my kids very well. Like I said, you can use these in first then boards. You can use it with scheduling. You can just use it individually. What I like to do is have them on a key ring and keep them with my ID throughout the day. So at any point in time, if I need to use it and whip it out, it works very well for my students. Thank you.